What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Homegrown Career Mode. This is episode number 26, and we start today's episode off with a game away at Riverside Stadium to take on Middlesbrough, a newly promoted side of the Premier League, coming on back with a win away in Austria in the first game of the Europa League.
The visiting team have been undoubtedly the best defensive team in the division, but that defence will be put to the test here.
Well, they've got some good individuals at the back, and they've also got great understanding across that back line.
Number 34, Ainsley.
We're after 3 straight clean sheets in all competitions and no goals conceded thus far. To start the Premier League off, Martin Tyler and Alan Smith were quick to heap praise on our backline this season, and for Cedric as well, our new number 1 this year at the academy, 17 years old, French goalkeeper. Not a single goal has gone past him so far this season. What an amazing start it's been for our number 1, and a great start for the Saints as well. Only 1 loss so far in all competitions, and of course that came in the EFL Cup at home to Gillingham. Taking on the Borough, again a newly promoted side, one of my FIFA 17 career mode teams, Middlesbrough. Super looking forward to the game. They've had a good start as well in the game right now, sitting in the top half of the table. The first chance fell direct from kickoff though. Stuart Downing rolling the ball through to the Ridder, and Cedric making the save. And I've got to say as well, in this run, he hasn't had that much to do in some of the games. When he has had to make the saves, he's always stepped in and been consistent up until this moment. Comes out for a corner, gets absolutely nowhere near it, and twice Middlesbrough hit the crossbar there as we escape. And that's the first mistake our young 17-year-old has made, and thankfully he didn't get punished for it. So still goalless in this game. The Borough had the better start in the first half, but Bale also hit the woodwork for us just before the break there, with that shot hitting the inside the post, and eventually the Borough scrambled it away. So 3 times in the first half the ball hit the woodwork, but it was still goalless heading to the second. And in the second half, no decides to restart. James Ward-Prowse stepped inside. Nice run by our captain, holds it up, tries to play through to Collins, gets it back and does find our number 6 into Nathan Redmond, steps past Ryan Shot and goes for goal, but again the crossbar is struck. That same bar has been struck 3 times in this game. We'd seen the woodwork struck on 4 separate occasions in the match, 2 for either side, and it was still goalless. And with 10 minutes to go, when the final chances fell here, Oxlade chain on the ball finds Lloyd Isgrove down the right hand side. Nice reverse step over, beats his man, dinks it in. Walcott nods it on, but Connor Ripley makes the save and keeps the score scoreless. And that was how the game finished. Walcott this season yet to get off the mark, still yet to get a goal for us this season. Such a shame as well, after coming in January last year and playing so well in the second half of the campaign. Yet to score this year, and Southampton yet to score again. So, it's worth pointing out we still haven't conceded a goal in the Premier League so far. Another clean sheet for Cedric and the boys at the back. That's fantastic to see, but we've only scored, I think it's 4 goals all season long in the Premier League. It's been a really abysmal beginning in front of goal, if not when keeping the shots out. Still, for the second of 3 games today, it's Leicester City at home.
Well, the main story here is we are going to see in action the top scorer in the league, and it's live.
Where it was going to be a battle of the top 2 teams in the Premier League to start the campaign off. What a start for the Saints and for the Foxes. Leicester City right now unbeaten at the top of the table, 4 wins from 6, 14 points. We're just behind, also unbeaten, 2 of only 3 teams to lose this season, 2 points behind the Foxes. So a big second versus first clash here at St Mary's as we went in search of yet another clean sheet and hopefully a win that will take us top of the table. At least that was going to be the aim. So taking on Leicester here at St Mary's, and again Leicester the start they made to the season, they were the 2015-2016 champions. Many wondering, can they have that sort of season once again and win the Premier League title for the second time in 4 years? What an achievement that would be for Leicester if they can stay top for the duration of the season. But the first chance in this game came directly from kickoff, and I'm noticing this a lot in this year's FIFA. Kickoff goals, or at least kickoff opportunities, happen so frequently. It's pretty easy and hard as well, supposed to stop opponents from getting shots in your goal straight away from kickoff, and also pretty easy to carve out chances straight away too. And our first chance fell to Gareth Bale, stepping in from left hand side and going for goal. The weaker right foot, putting the ball just wide the post behind for a goal kick. Good to get the first chance, but still goalless. Now finishing woes continuing there. In the 21st minute, Leicester had their first chance. Saar down the left hand side, took around Schneiderlin, held it up well, rolled it across to Ibora, and Ibora rifles it home, and Leicester City become the first team to score a goal against us this season in the Premier League. Cedric's streak of clean sheets is over, but to be fair to the teenager, you can't blame him for that one. Ibora, what a rocket from just outside the area, gets the ball out of his feet, lets fly with the left foot and smashes one into the top corner. I used to call him Vincent Ibora, of course it's Vicente Ibora. Lovely strike, look at that, no chance of Cedric a full stretch there, and the Foxes take the lead. So 1-0 at the break in half of very few chances. Really there were only 2 shots to report, and those are the ones you saw. Bale's one going just off target, and Ibora's goal. But in the second half, he had a good chance to get back on the terms here. Luke Shaw storming down left hand side, rolling through to Nathan Redmond. when one of our players of the year stepped inside, rolls it into Gareth Bale, and Bale was not going to miss this time. Hit the ball off target in the first half, but from this range was always going to hit the target and finds the back of the net as well. Shows respect due to the recent events there, as he makes it 1-1 and puts us back on level terms with a lovely finish into the top corner for already his third goal in the Premier League so far. Smashed it past Kasper Schmeichel and into the back of the net, and since coming back we decided to operate him as a striker. What a decision that's been. He's been brilliant up top alongside Theo Walcott. So 1-1, back on level terms like I felt we deserved it. In the second half with 20 minutes to go, what a save this was by Cedric Andreal. Fantastic stop by our new number one. Might have been beaten for the first time this season in the Premier League in the first half. Wasn't going to be beaten again, not from that free kick regardless. Fantastic save, turns it behind for a corner as it was still 1-1, but from the delivery, Ibai Gomez whips the ball into the centre, and in the middle it's Kevin Volland, and you saw him pre-game discussed by Martin Tyler Alan Smith, the German who we've had before in this channel for a couple of career mode teams, smashes the ball in, and the top scorer in the Premier League adds to his goal tally with goal number 6. And it was a good delivery, but the finish by Volland was exquisite. With the left foot, wraps his foot around it and curls it into the top corner. Neither Shaw on the line or Cedric scampering across could get anything on it, and Volland restores the Foxes' lead, and it is 2-1. And in stoppage time, our final chance fell here. Gareth Bale managed to hold off Ricardo Pereira and storm down left-hand side. Once again went for goal from a tight angle, but just couldn't squeeze it in this time. Hits the post, Leicester escape, and that was how the game finished. Bale in this game was the star we were looking for at every single opportunity. Looked the most dangerous player on the pitch for us, but unfortunately couldn't bail us out for a second time and drag us back on level terms once again. Final score as the Foxes hold on. Southampton 1, Leicester City 2, and they remain undefeated, top of the table, and now go 5 points clear as well. What a fantastic start it has been for Leicester City. And of course, our first defeat in the Premier League this season, our first goals conceded in the Premier League this season, a real sucker punch. But Leicester this year have been absolutely fantastic. But following that, we had a small player training and also an academy there as well, as we're now into October. And I totally forgot to do this. Normally, I send my youth scouts out as soon as the transfer window ends. That would have been in the last episode, but I completely forgot about it. But today, we do send the 3 youth scouts out. Tyler Wilson, Valerio Mancini, and Ronald Hittermeyer from Italy, England, and Austria as well. We send Wilson back out to England, because I always like to send one scout out to the country we're managing in. But our Italian scout goes out to Scotland as we go in search of the new Barry Hamilton. And you'll see our Austrian scout is going to Northern Ireland as we go in search of the new Brian Donnelly. So we're sending our scouts out reasonably close to home. That's what I want to do in the first 2 or 3 years with the Saints, really. We're looking for homegrown talent. And of course, we can get those players from anywhere across the world. But right now, I want to stay relatively close to our location. So we've been to France, we've been to Belgium, we're staying in England for a second straight year, but now to Scotland and Northern Ireland, just staying close to where we're currently located. I think it's the best thing to do. And as the seasons goes on, we'll branch out a little bit and go further afield in other continents other than Europe as well. But still, before we move on to the third and final game, quick look at the league table. As you can see right now, the real surprise package is not Leicester top of the table, but Chelsea sitting in 19th place. Terrible start for the Blues there, as we will take on Olympiacos for our third and final game of today's episode. And just real briefly on the scouting as well, I discussed this before. How strange is it that you still can't scout Wales? I would love to bring another Gareth Bale through the academy, but it's FIFA 19 and you still can't scout Wales. I don't know why that is, but it's really frustrating because, you know, Wales are a country with some fantastic young talent. Of course, 2016 semi-finalists in Euro 2016. It's just strange. It's really, really strange. And I would love to do a Swansea or a Cardiff career mode, but only if I could scout Wales to get some good homegrown talent. But still, yeah, for the third and final game of today's episode, we would welcome Olympiacos here as we would play our second game in the Europa League group stage. Of course, in the last episode, our first European game, we travelled away to Austria. We beat Admira Vaca by 3-0, and what a start to this game, because just 3 minutes in, we'll get ourselves in front, and unsurprisingly, the man that gets the goal was wearing the armband, Gareth Bale, with the finish. It's his second goal in 2 appearances, and what a great goal it was by Bale as well, because Gallagher played the ball across the face of the area, and you'd think it's a simple finish for Bale, but it's on the weaker right foot. He's running at full speed to get to the ball. He's got to keep his composure, and he smashes it right into the top corner. Little margin for error, but he picked out the top corner perfectly. So 1-0, the Saints in front early, but Olympiacos at the post here 11 minutes into the game as they try to get back on level terms, and you'll see throughout the entire game and throughout the entire episode, the ball just would not stop hitting the post and the crossbar in this episode. It was so crazy. crazy. And right on cue, 34 minutes in, Bale releases Redmond, steps inside, but again, the woodwork is struck. You saw it 4 times in the opening, in the episode opener. You saw it once in the last game against Leicester, and now you've seen it 3 times in this half against Olympiacos as well. That's 8 times the woodwork was struck in today's episode alone, as we were still leading by a goal to nil heading into the break, but really we rode our luck in the first half. Olympiacos were desperately unlucky not to be back on level terms. But in the second half, we had a great chance to double our leader and make it 2-0 here, as Roberts off the bench found Matt Target down left-hand side. He found Sam Lewis, who scored in his debut away in Austria, into Jamie Jackson as the academy graduates linked up. Jackson held onto the ball, found Sermon, the extra pass found Nathan Dyer, and what a start it's been for Nathan Dyer. It's 3 goals for Dyer, and number 18 with another one. It's 2 in 2, both in the Europa League. Of course, the other goal came against Gillingham in the EFL Cup as well. Nathan Dyer is a surprise hero for Southampton right now. He's had a red-hot start in Season 2, and we're absolutely loving it. So, great little ball by Sermon there to pick out Dyer at the far post, completely unmarked. And all Dyer had to do really was hit the target, which he did. Smashed it in with a weaker left foot and into the back of the net. So, final score, Southampton 2, Olympiacos 0. It's another win for the Saints, another clean sheet for the Saints to start the season off. Have been so impressive defensively. A really, really big win there against probably the other strongest team in the Europa League group. 6 points from 6, the perfect start for the Saints in Europe, and long may it continue. But that was today's episode of the Homegrown Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic afternoon, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Homegrown Career Mode very soon. Bye bye.